Hey, you guys. Okay, so while I'm on my other machine, getting in my little session, I wanted to make this quick video, I hope, just about business in general. I've owned businesses for a long time, well over 30 plus years, actually, very long time. My very first business I started out solo, and most of the businesses I had in the beginning were solo. And then I went into business with partners. And so I had several businesses with partners that did really well. And the thing is that when you have a business with a partner and that partnership fails, oftentimes the business can fail if you don't do things the correct way. And because I did some things that where I did not consider were best, because one business I had, it was with my spouse, and so we didn't set up some of the forms that you really need to set up in a business to ensure that if the business were to dissolve, it would dissolve correctly. So fast forward, I had other businesses, but I had learned a lesson about setting some things up. But then once I no longer had partners in businesses, I was doing the businesses on my own. And I did not start back having people work with me in business until 2023. And having people work with me has allowed parts of my different businesses to grow. I do have more than one business so that I'm not actively doing some of the businesses. So when I tell people that I have courier services, they're like, well, how can you not be in that city and actually be offering courier services in that city? I have other people who do it for me. Same thing with the notary. I have people in different cities that do notary things for me. So I don't have to be there to do it. So there's several things, right, that I don't have to be the person doing it in order for the business work to be get done. And then that also allows me to offer those services wherever I'm at, right? If I'm in a different city, I can do that, right? Um, but it took me to 2023 to finally decide that there was a way I could structure my business to where if those people were no longer working with me, my business would not fail. And so having multiple businesses allows me to go with the flow of life, because there's always a time when your business is going to do well versus, peak months and then lower months. And that's just life. Life is cyclic like that. There's periods of rest. And certain businesses have periods of rest, especially like the notary business. It has periods of rest because have loan signings, and those things are done when people buy houses, right? People don't normally buy houses like in the middle of the school year. Like families don't. Other people do, but families don't. But anyway, so there's several pieces of it. Even in the therapy business, after I finish working with clients, after we get resolution, then those clients, that relationship concludes at least for a time. And then there's other people that come, and they're always coming and going. Even with the skincare and all those things, there's cycles, right? People get into times where they want to take care of themselves and other times they don't. That's just life. So I have multiple businesses for that purposes. I have my books online so that I can sell some books even if I'm not physically able to ship out books, right? There's some books I can still sell. So, you know, I just want to say that having owned a business, multiple businesses over the years, some that I did not feel as were as successful, some that were wildly successful but didn't last because partnerships failed. Other things, I've even sold a business that was really successful and made some money off of it. But what I have learned is that I have to go with the flow of life and business, which means I have to have multiple things generating income so that I can live a certain life. And I have to go with, okay, it's okay for me to work with partnerships in these aspects, but not okay to work with them in those aspects. And I want to encourage you to figure out for you in your business, do you need a partner in order for it to be successful? Do you need to have more than one source of income in order for you to be able to thrive in your business? Or do you need to focus on just doing one thing? It's different for everybody. But regardless of what you decide, what you must do is set your business up correctly with the right forms. If you have a partnership, I don't care what your relationship is with the person, put it in writing. Do everything in writing while the business is going well. And therefore, if at some point, even if it's 30 years down the road, the business does not go well, you have some things in place to allow you to terminate the partnership without having to get extra lawyers involved. All right. Have a good one.